Hello everyone! It is the 5th week of the gigantic, ginormous, utterly huge event known as Convergence. And we are completely submerged in it. The good news, the miniseries are starting to come to a close. You're finally getting conclusions for all these characters you've missed so long. The bad news, Secret Wars is starting this week. So, don't think you're free of crossovers.
That's great news.
And because of this insane convergence of secret crossovers, we gotta get right into it.
Boom! Mr. Will.
The main book, Convergence number 5, with one of the famous Kuberts on art. It's Telos, it's Brainiac, it's Warlord, it's all kinds of heroes and villains from all over fighting it to the big conclusion. And he makes a great offer. Before he told them to all fight it out, and now he's making them an offer of who will survive the Convergence.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Titans. I love the Titans. You know, Donna Troy as Dark Star. More cool fun from this era with Starfire, you know, Red Hood, all this cool stuff. There you go. Next.
And boom, we got Superman number 2, Dan Jurgens, Norm Ratmund. In all of the second issues too, that we'll be seeing a special sneak preview of some of the books coming out in June. And it is a bit of a surprise, but we're going to spoil it just a little bit for you. In this one, you're going to see Doomed.
Ooh.
Doomed.
Alright, and the second issue of Convergence The Question is out this week by Greg Rucka, Cully Hamner, and Dave McKeag, featuring a preview of Starfire by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, drawn by Emanuele Lupacchino.
Ooh.
Batman and Robin. This was Batman and Robin back in the era when they were fighting all the weird doll people, Professor doll people, you know. Really weird and creepy, with a special preview of Omega Man inside.
And because nothing sells comics like robotic gorillas, we have Batgirl number 2. Rick Leonardi and Elisa Whitney bring you this with some serious Catman Batgirl ape fighting action and a special preview of Prez by Ben Caldwell.
Ooh. And we have got Double the Atom here as they face down Deathstroke and Convergence the Atom by Tom Payer and Steve Yoel, featuring a preview of the next phase of Robert Venditti's Green Lantern, with Hal Jordan going rogue.
Again?
Yeah, again.
And Speed Force, Blink, because there's a lot of fast-moving superheroes that'll have the Speed Force. And plus, there's weird warrior women versions of Wonder Woman. Plus, inside is a special awesome preview of Seattle's own very superhero, Green Arrow.
And my last Convergence pick, if you can't get a gorilla, get a giant rabbit. It's almost just as good. Captain Carrot gracing the cover of the second issue of Harley Quinn, Steve Pugh, Phil Wenslade, and the series that I am most excited for, special sneak preview, Section 8. Oh yes, it has returned.
Justice League Convergence number 2 by Frank Thierry and Vicente Cifuentes sees the all-female Justice League team facing Flashpoint Aquaman, and has a preview of the new Detective Comics by Brian Buccellato and Francis Manapul, featuring, yes, that new mysterious armored Batman, and holy crap, is it awesome.
Cool. I think that does it for. Or do you have one
Well,
more?
yeah, I got one more here. It's
All right,
kind of-
we'll let it go through because it's got a really nice cover.
Yeah, Gail Simone and Jan Duursema presenting possibly, finally, the wedding of Nightwing and Oracle. Will Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon finally tie the knot? Well, or at least some version of them.
Right?
Yeah, and this has got a preview of, it looks like, yes, Midnighter by Steve Orlando and Eiko.
Yes. And with that out of the way, the other massive crisis that is threatening to engulf all of my rack space.
I'm going to start a Secret War support group after this issue. I'm just going to tell you right now. This is one of those books where they should do a whole video of just me reading this book, doing lots of expletives and exclamations. As you know, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, everyone's already given it away. This is it. It's the Ultimate Universe. It's the Marvel Universe. And they all are destroyed. It's the final incursion is here. But the masterful Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic, it's how they beautifully and sometimes painfully tell you the impact of these two worlds colliding and everything that sets up for the rest of the issue in which a battle world is born. It's the new Marvel reality, but yeah, it's just beautiful, and there's some just lots of shocking moments that just, it's basically he wrapped up the Avengers and New Avengers, and he's setting course for this, like the big main event we've been waiting for. It does not disappoint.
It's only one issue so far.
It's just one issue, but there's definitely some moments that you're gonna just feel it right here. Maybe you feel it right here too. So.
And Doom, plenty of Doom.
Oh, that's a Doom who I said, even if he is destroying you, you're like, thanks, Dr. Doom, because you're just the coolest guy in the entire multiverse of Anyverse. So there you go.
True. And from Image Comics, the week sees the return of Rocket Girl by Brandon Montclair and the awesomely talented Amy Reeder. If you missed the first arc, time-traveling teenage cop gets sent to the 80s, which is the past, to stop, horrible things happening in her present, which is our future. And she meets up with a bunch of kind of surly, certainly very 80s people, some amazing 80s pink hair, and some leopard cheetah pant type things. But really, Amy Reeder's just amazing art, beautiful, beautiful layouts and action, a lot of high-flying adventure. Very, very fun. Lots of cool stuff in this one.
Yeah, I've been waiting a long time for that series to come back.
Yeah.
And speaking of things we've been waiting a long time for, the second volume of the translated JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, featuring one William Antonio Zappelli on the cover, with probably like the coolest hat you'll see this side of, Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
Right?
This stuff's beautiful, hardcover. See where the hit anime series originated.
I almost started singing the song here. All the world is waiting for you and the power you possess. This is an awesome new, for many people my age, I'm old, I don't care, grew up and you just fell in love with Linda Carter is Wonder Woman. She was just perfect. It was an awesome show. It was campy. It was pop fun. She was just awesome in it. And this is a brand new series, Wonder Woman 77. Yes, that just tells you how old I am, guys.
Not as old as Howard in the 66,
that's
so
true,
it's all right.
He does better than 66. Well, this picks up, it's as if the Linda Carter television series from the 70s, when she worked for the OSI, not World War II, was still around, and she goes undercover in a disco Studio 54 type era. Maybe Jazzler's in there. I don't know, that could be a cool crossover.
That would be pretty badass.
Just bring the fun, have some popcorn, and just hang out with Linda Carter. She's back in this amazing new Wonder Woman 77.
And another one from Image, because I read a lot of Image comics. No Mercy. Alex DeCampi, Carlos B. McNeil, Jen Manley Lee. The best all-female book that you don't know about. One of the only 2 all-female books that are even out. This one has decidedly less hype, but that doesn't make it any less better. The first issue saw a bunch of teenagers who, for extra credit for college, went down to help build schools in the South America area, and of course things go horribly wrong, such as bus goes off cliff, children die? Oh, it's terrible. The terrible things that happens to the children in this book.
Especially the ones that don't die.
Especially the ones that don't die. And in each issue, there are these really cool things called the Rebel Years that Alex DeCampi is writing her. She wrote a bunch of memoirs and a bunch of journals entries about her time living abroad. And that was amazing. Like, that was as good as the story itself. So, really excited, lots of fun. Very, very happy that that's out.
And I've got a really neat debut here from Valiant. This is the first of 4-issue miniseries from Arla Shkat and Adam Gorham. It's called Dead Drop. This first issue sees Exo Manowar hunting down a smuggler carrying an alien virus through New York. And the entire New York police force is set against him as he attempts to chase this woman down. Each issue is going to follow different members of the Valiant universe as they look to help track down this virus and stop it from breaking out. Really interesting to see what Kot does with these characters.
And the whole thing's supposed to take place in like a day or like a short amount of time?
All in 1 day.
Yeah, 1 day. So they're trying to play with the idea of time as well, which is cool.
This is the big, you've seen the Hulk on the big screen, and Mark Ruffalo looks awesome the way they did the transformation in the new Avengers movie. But this is kind of like scenester muscled Hulk who muscled up like Scenester guy, because this is the Doc Green, the extremis enhanced Hulk that he's been leading. He's kind of
extremist.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Does he really need that?
Yeah, he doesn't.
I know, but now he is the smartest and the strongest, and he's been on this mission to destroy all the other gamma-powered heroes and villains, and it all comes down to a big showdown with, as you can see, the Maestro from the future, plus there's She-Hulk. There's the return of one of the major supporting characters, who was once kind of a greener. I wish you read. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll just let that be a tease for you. But this is Jerry Dugan and Mark Bagley's big swan song, is because, you know, that little thing called Secret Wars is coming up.
So rip it right through all your Marvel comics.
But yeah, it was really weird to see Doc Green. He was definitely, of all the weird incarnations of Hulk, they came up with another one, and it was kind of cool. And like I said, just a Scenester, you know, kind of mohawk, beard, goatee, you know, you can see him like in a rock band down in Seattle or something like that.
But it works. It totally works.
It does work. He was inspired by you. That's
yeah,
what
sure.
Does
Yeah,
Doc grow the beard to hang out with the rest of the Illuminati? Like, he's
Exactly.
not have a beard.
Yeah, back which Reed Richards should keep the beard. He looks so freaking cool with the beard, you know. But anyway, sorry.
It's alright. My final pick. Something I never thought I would hold in my hands. The Legend of Zelda. A Link to the Past. By manga master Shotaro Ishinomori, the guy who created Cyborg 009 and Kamen Rider.
Among so many
among other things. This was serialized in the awesome magazine that was Nintendo Power, for those of you that remember a time before the internet when you had to look in this like archaic book thing for tips and tricks, and you couldn't just, you know, go online and figure out how to get through that level. You had to yell at it and, you know, find out from, you know, one of your friends who had spent the rest of the day doing it. But yeah, no. So we have this full reprinted. Look at those awesome dragons! Huge dragons! This is probably the quintessential Zelda story ever. All full color. I cannot really recommend this high enough. Only $20, put out by Viz. Yeah, you need it.
Alright, and from Black Mask, we've got the second issue of We Can Never Go Home. The story of Madison and Duncan, two teens in the 80s who have abilities, superpowers you could even say. At least one of them claims to, one of them definitely does. It's kind of ambiguous, but long story short, they killed one of their parents, and now they can't go home ever again. Really compelling first issue. Awesome art by two people I had never heard of, and since it's Black Mask, the print runs were incredibly low, hard to find, which is why we have a second printing of the first issue, so you can catch up and get the new one. Isn't it great?
It is. It's like it was meant to be.
My final pick, we're going to keep it in the plastic, I'm not even taking it out. Mad Max Fury Road, George Miller is returning to the post-apocalyptic, incredible world that he created in the first trilogy way back in the 80s. Again, showing my age when I saw them all. But he's back. Yeah, May 15th is the movie, but right here, he is teamed up with, I think it's like 65 different artists. It's published by Vertigo, and they are sharing their visions of this world that he's created, where you've seen the movies, but nothing can prepare you. It's just absolutely beautiful and desolate and violent and crazy and scary. And hey, it's Mad Max.
We love Mad Max. We hope that you love Mad Max as much as we do, because if you don't, we might have problems. There might be a conflict later on. You know, I don't know. There's a line, and you guys might have to be on it.
We're going to ask every customer if they like Mad Max, and just beat them up if they don't.
I've done worse.
Yeah. Conflict resolution will be next door to my Secret Wars support group.
There you go. That's right.
There you go.
Right. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us and for watching, and we will see you all next week. Have a great Wednesday.